welcome to the Bison Box Office. My name is Katniss Everdeen, and right next to me is my sister Primrose. Well, I'm actually just kidding. My name is Katie Valone, and this is Lexi Naples. And today we have our full episode on the Hunger Games. Now, me and Lexi are very big fans of the Hunger Games.
Yes.
Obviously, we dress for the part. That even shows. And, let's talk just about the Hunger Games overall. Like, you want to explain a little bit more just so people know?
Yeah, we were just talking about it. I made her watch another movie with me just since we haven't watched it enough last night. But I'm a huge fan. I've been a huge fan since it came out. I read all the books.
Wait, real quick, let's show.
Huh.
She has the Mockingjay tattooed on her.
It's dedication.
Dedication.
Don't tell my mom.
Don't tell mom.
Doesn't know about it yet. Maybe one day. Not for now,
When
though.
she watches maybe when she watches this episode.
But really, the Hunger Games is it's a crazy story. It's awesome. It's both I think boys and girls would both love it. It's action. It's romance, and it's all about kids getting sent to what they call the Hunger Games, and they have to go and just fight each other. It's all 12 districts, 24 kids from 12 to 18 that literally are just put in an arena to just murder each other, and then whoever wins is the victor and is so proudly known throughout the capital, which is District 1. It's so wealthy, and that's just how the districts are clarified. It's
It goes 1 through 12.
yeah, and 1 is super rich. They have so much money they don't know what to do with it, and 12 is hunting for food, scavenging for bread.
Poor.
Yeah.
Now, Katniss and Prim, they're in District 12, and while they're picking for the Hunger Games for the 74th annual, Prim gets picked, and Katniss, being strong Katniss as she is, volunteers as a tribute in her sister, so she goes to the games and she wins. So we have, the Hunger Games 1, Catching Fire, and then Mockingjay Part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But today we're going to talk about Mockingjay Part 1 and 2. So Part 1, you want to just talk a little bit more about that? They pretty much, at the end of Catching Fire, ended it with the Quarter Quill, which is all of the, it's kind of like
75.
alumni. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the alumni who've already won in the Hunger Games come back and have to fight again.
Yeah, it's they
because
all
of
have
snow.
envelopes, and it's for this, for the Quell, the annual thing, we're going to pull out something that's going to change everything, and they decided we're going to just throw every victor from each district back in it. So all these people, it had people ranging from 16 years old to 83, because that's how old the oldest one, oldest lady was. Yeah, so can you imagine, everyone's so happy they won, they never have to worry about going in it again, and
now
then
they have to do it because President Snow wants to kill Katniss, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because she is the Mockingjay. And also, throughout this, they finally discover District 13, which is the Rebellion. And the Rebellion is everyone that's trying to pretty much kill the Capitol and Snow. And they're trying to take over and, make peace. Well, not peace, but have everyone free in Panem. So
just cut the Hunger Games completely. They just don't want it to be a thing anymore. They're
Exactly.
sick of watching their children die, their sisters, brothers, and it's just everyone's crushed about it. So they're just trying to get rid of it, and that's where the whole rebellion revolution comes from.
And they also take Peeta in Mockingjay 1. So going into Mockingjay 2, they take Peeta back in the rebellion at District 13, and finally he went crazy and he wants to kill Katniss. But, Katniss still tries to talk to him and, try to, get the connection that they used to have when they had it in the Hunger Games and in Catching Fire and all of that. So we have a clip of Peeta and Katniss talking about if, real or not real. And we'll take a look at that right now.
When they used the venom on me, they would show me pictures of my life. At first, they all blurred together, but now I can sort them out a little. The ones that they changed, they have this quality. It's they're shiny. They've been glossed over.
You should get some rest.
You're still trying to protect me. Real or not real?
Real. That's what you and I do. Keep each other alive.
I just love seeing, Josh, Peeta, I call him Josh Hutcherson. But Peeta and Katniss, you know, he wanted to kill her, but, you know, it's because of the Capitol and because of Snow that he wanted to kill her. So now he's trying to, like, control himself and see, you know, now, actually, I'm supposed to be with the rebellion and not be against it, pretty much. So with the real and not real, it's like, are you telling me the truth? Are you not? Do you love me? Do you not?
Yeah.
So it also shows the love connection in between.
Every
that.
time I think of this scene now, I'm going to think of Katie with her hands over her face when we were watching it. Like, just last night we watched it again, and she had her hands over her face and was like, why is Katniss doing this? And I was like, it's okay, just keep watching.
She kept on kissing Gale and then going and kissing
Peeta.
And I'm just like, kiss Peeta and that's it. But, you know, we got the chance to talk to Francis Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson, who plays Peeta, and we have a clip about them walking through fire.
Suzanne, she's been the real guide, and especially on the sort of the Katniss compass throughout this process, and making sure that we stay true to her and stay true to the character. And it's you know, it's been an enormous help. I mean, even from the beginning on Catching Fire, I sat with her and went through the book and created the beat sheet with her. And so we did the same with the Mockingjay movies. And so she's been a huge part of the story process throughout.
I'm going to kill Snow. Nothing good is safe while he's alive. And I can't make another speech about it.
It's a dark story. It's a dystopic kind of futuristic thing, and it's about a government that is kind of taken a totalitarian kind of approach to how it's going to govern its people. Naturally, the only way it can come to an end is an extreme, potentially violent conflict, and that's what we have in this. And so I think that it is fitting for the story. It's dark, but it's also, for me, it feels more real this way.
You know, I think it's just great how, you know, Francis Lawrence, he's had this relationship and he's known these actors for a long time, obviously throughout all 4 movies, pretty much. And, you know, he does have a major input on, you know, obviously everything that happens, but also the writer of the book, Suzanne, like, she obviously made a major input in there, especially with, like, the visual designs, I heard. She literally, like, the graphics and the visual designs and, you know, how they made everything, like the mutts in there.
Oh my gosh.
Scary, very scary, but
the graphics are great in the whole movie. Like, if you read the books and then you watch the movies, it's not one of those things where it's like,
it's different.
The book is so much better, it's so different, it's so similar, and,
and that's
the
why
visuals are, they're amazing.
She wanted to have that input in it, which is great. And, you know, I think having the writer involved is probably the best thing that you can do for a movie. But we are going to now talk to you about The Pawns No More and the visual designs.
More than a big, broad action sequence, Francis wanted it to be scary.
Okay, set, and action.
And one of the reasons we decided to choose the Alexa in the first place was because we knew we had a bunch of stuff, you know, underground, whether it was 13 or the sewers and all of that, and that we could use a lot of practical lights, like lights on guns or lights, you know, sconces on walls and things like that, and keep things, you know, very minimal.
Set, and action. And boom!
And we were originally very inspired by Alien, the Ridley Scott movie, which is another very claustrophobic movie. The way they used practicals and the way they used, like, the lighting in the spaceship, the light people, and they just existed in its environment, and sometimes you just saw walls lit, but then the people would be in silhouette, and, you know, we talked about a lot of that stuff, and we showed it to Phil, and he was like, okay, I see what you guys are going for, and then, you know, he did a lot of the lighting design in the rooms, and that's a great thing to have as a production designer, to create these worlds that help me out.
You know, just to, like, bring this up, like, one big thing that I know happened in the movie, which is probably sad for you, and I'm sorry this happened.
It is.
But Primrose dies, and, you know, it's her kind of, she was a medic. She was a medic for the rebellion, and she went to, you know, go help them, and all of a sudden a bomb went off.
Yeah, that, like, it's a series of events, like, they thought it was through the Capitol, and that's when everyone turned against Snow, but really it was through
the rebellion.
President Coin, which is like the District 13 president.
Yeah.
But when we saw it, I was literally like, the first time out of the 30, I was like sobbing in the theater. I went with my dad, and he was like, Lexi, this is a movie.
Because you are Primrose. That's why. It's just so sad. But, you know, we
Too
got
attached to these movies.
Exactly. We got the chance to talk to Willow Shields, who plays Prim in the movie, at the premiere, and she talked to us a lot about her character and, you know, her dying and the movie overall. So we'll take a look at that right now.
I would say it was pretty kind of bittersweet. I think that's the word everybody uses, but it's really true because, you know, my last day was my death scene that I shot, so that was particularly hard for me because I was not only saying goodbye to Jen on set and everybody else, but I was saying goodbye to my character. And so that was really hard for me. There was a few tears shed, but in the end, it felt really good. You know, they did my rap on set, and there was hundreds of extras there, and they were all clapping and screaming. So it was a bit of a celebration, too. So, yeah, it was interesting.
I think, you know, Willow, Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, I was going to say Chris Hemsworth, but that's his brother, Liam Hemsworth.
Also great.
You know, yeah, Liam's great too, though. I think all of them, you know, they've all had this great connection throughout the movie. I mean, they've had 4 movies together. I mean, obviously they have a really great connection with Francis Lawrence too, and they work with each other easily. You know what I mean?
They're all really close. Like,
yeah.
And they talk about it, and they talk about it in like all their interviews, really, not just the last one, but she talks about how like literally they were all so sad to be done. Like Jennifer Lawrence is just like, this is so crazy that after 4 movies, like they're finally actually done.
Exactly, and I don't want them to be done.
Right.
I don't want them to be done. I really, you know, I wish there was another book. I wish there was.
Right.
But, you know, how they ended it was just like really, I don't want to say sad, but like, you know, they ended it, you know, all of them going back to their house in District 12. Like they have like their winning houses because that didn't get destroyed.
Right.
So they all went back there, and, you know, Katniss, like, she will still always have this in the back of her mind forever. And, you know, I think finally having Peeta come back to her at the end too.
And not be brainwashed anymore.
No.
He's just completely normal, like how he was before the Hunger Games even started, when he was protecting her from the start, and then now they're finally with him and Haymitch, like their like leader pretty much throughout the games, and he gets to be with them, and they're just all in District 12 together, getting things back together.
And they're just trying to be normal finally, and you know, they have 2 kids, which is great, Peeta and Katniss. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome. I loved seeing that at the end, because I would never think Katniss of having kids. That's just to me, but, you know. But just to, you know, tell you guys more about this, the Mockingjay Part 2 won a Kids' Choice Awards for Favorite Movie Actress, and they also won awards in MTV Movie Awards for Best Hero, which is Katniss. So, that's really great. And so now we're going to talk a little bit more about and show you guys a clip of how they have like a different world now that they're done with being in the movies. So we'll show you that right now.
Josh and Liam and Woody and I just kind of held each other for like 2 hours after the wrap party. We just all cuddled like puppies and just held each other. It was really sad.
We really got so close with everyone, and while, you know, of course we're going to have friendships that continue on for a really long time, it's still like the actual work on the movies, filming it, are finished, and that's like the real bonding, and that's where you spend 12 hours a day for 9 months with people, and so we're definitely gonna all be missing that.
It was really emotional. I think it kind of hit us all in the face that we weren't going to be working together all the time, and, you know, we'll stay friends because we've, you know, become such good friends over the years, but it's always hard to have everyone in the same place at the same time, you know, and we had the privilege of working with each other for so long, and it's sad that it's come to an end.
Just trying to win if you can. I don't know where I would be without this, and I've created such great relationships with Jen. I mean, Jen is like my best friend. I think the world of her, and I mean, we've become so close. I couldn't imagine not having her in my life.
It was a great film to be involved in simply because of the people. I think Francis is a wonderful director, and everybody in the cast, I think the 3 young leads in particular, you know, Jennifer and Josh and Liam, all set such a tremendously wonderful tone.
You know, it's so sad for something so great to end, but obviously all great things have to like end.
Right.
So it's great. But, you know, obviously we dressed up for the part today. We have our medallion right here.
Plenty everywhere.
Got one right here. Got our hair, our outfits. So we
Yeah.
really planned for this. So
We were
really wanted to
prepared.
do it for you guys. We really did. But we're gonna go to our next segment right now, which is movies to look out for, and we have 2 really great movies to look
Right,
out for.
yeah.
We have Secret Life of Pets and then Neighbors 2, which is Sororities Rising. So we have a quick trailer, obviously for for Secret Life of Pets. So you want to just take a little quick thing before we see the trailer?
Right. Yeah, there's some big comedians in here, like Louis C.K., Eric Stonestreet, and Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's like so big now in this day and age. I think he's going to be hilarious in this. It's just a comedy. I think it's going to be for everyone. They're all going to think it's hilarious about what pets do when we're not home, which I think we all actually really care about.
Yeah,
so.
I really want to know. So we have a trailer for you guys to watch, so take a quick look.
Whoa, you see that? Hey there, cute little bunny. Save yourself! Shut it, human. Let's do this now! Ripper! Ripper, where you at? Let's go! I'm busting you out of here! Liberated forever! Domesticated never! Yeah! Yeah, I've returned from the surface with 2 new recruits. It's initiation time.
I'm sorry, what time?
Who wants to go first? Advantage me! Uh-oh. Just ignore what just happened, okay? Yes!
And this is just such a cute family movie, I think. I mean, I still want to see it. I want to
Right.
know what my pets do. I want to know I have a cat named Kiki. I want to know what she does. She probably, just, obviously she does sleep, but that's it.
My dogs definitely just sleep. I think
Yeah.
the one like goes and steals food, and then the lab that's like 17 years old now just
Cinnamon.
goes and yes, Cinnamon. She literally probably just goes and sits on the couch and like growls and grunts at the like Ripley, who's our big Newfoundland, just sitting there.
Yeah. But so now our next movie, which is Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising, it is a sequel of Neighbors, which is with Seth Rogen and Zac Efron,
Yeah.
Dave Franco. But this one is more about sororities. Now, me and Lexi, we're in Phi Mu. We're in the sorority here. And, I think it's funny how they did this movie with the sororities.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't believe that, this is what happens in the sororities. But obviously, for movie purposes, it's very funny.
Yeah.
So we have a trailer for you guys to look at, and you can show it right now.
I feel so close to you right now.
Welcome to Phi Lambda.
Hi, what are you doing? We don't hit joints in here. Your parties must suck. No, we don't throw parties here. In the United States, sororities are not allowed to throw parties in their own houses. Only frats can.
This is a sexist, restrictive system. We're gonna start a sorority that can party the way that we want to.
What's the name of our sorority?
Kappa.
Kappa Nu.
Yeah!
We are the first sorority that can party. Welcome to our sorority, Kappa Nu.
We're never gonna sell our house with a sorority living next door. What are we gonna do?
Maybe it's not that bad. Girls are usually quiet. They don't really take hard drugs. And they're much smarter. Oh no, I killed a girl.
About painkillers, bitch! Kappa Nu!
We need somebody who can relate to stupid young people.
Hey, neighbors, let's shut this shit down.
For my theme song, my leather black jeans on.
Good disguises, everyone. You look like a psychopath.
It's a clown, man. People love clowns.
Christ, just stop doing that.
Middle America pack.
They're trying to dismantle our sorority.
I got an idea. We go with the airbag trick.
That's not gonna work.
If it worked with guys, why won't it work for girls?
These guys are idiots.
And you know it, and you know
It's a little hard to call the cops without a phone.
Give us that back!
No!
Oh!
What the?
It's called a cord, dumbass!
Give old people phone!
Those girls are out of control.
Get away from me! They're using their sexuality as a weapon. Someone help me!
Get out of here, you animals!
This isn't working! You're only making them sexier!
They don't understand that there's no I in sorority.
There's two, actually.
There's just one.
No, that's a Y.
No in the middle.
That's an O.
Sorority.
Sorority?
That's how you spell it.
You think the titty is silent? Stop it!
So that's Neighbors 2. It looks really funny,
Right.
you know. Overall, I want to see it obviously because it's sororities and
Same.
we're in it, so it'd be really great to see. But you know, our last episode we talked about superhero movies, and we talked about Batman vs Superman
Right.
and Civil War. Now, Batman vs Superman is not doing great in the box office.
Yeah,
it's really
definitely
it's falling and
talked up a little bit.
So, you know, hopefully Civil War can really bring it back up. Obviously, you guys know, I don't know a lot about superheroes. So I got my friend Cody here again. Hey, Cody.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
So if you want to just talk a little bit more about Civil War for everyone real quick.
Yeah, Civil War, you got Captain America versus Iron Man. It's going to be a great battle.
Yes.
I think the reason this movie will do better in the box office is because we have more of a background with these characters.
Okay, yeah.
Batman vs. Superman, they kind of just threw it all together.
That's true.
That is true. I feel like, I mean, for Batman, I just saw The Dark Knight. I didn't really see anything about Superman, but, you know, they've had the Avengers with these two, so it also shows that. And, you know, it shows, like, how they obviously have a conflict with the team now.
Yes.
You know, and how, like, it's just so different. It's a different tone than the Avengers, I believe.
Yes.
film.
Robert Downey Jr., he plays Iron Man, obviously.
Right.
He believes they all need to be put in check. They need to be told what to do so that events like Sokovia and New York don't happen again.
Yeah.
And Captain America, he's like, we need to go where we're needed, not where we're told to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So we, you know, talked to the actors from the movie. We talked to Robert Downey Jr., we talked to Chris Evans, we talked to Scarlett Johansson, and we talked to them all about, you know, just the storyline, how it's so different from the Avengers and the conflict between the teams and the tone of the film and all that. So we had the chance to talk to all of them about it, and we'll show you that right now.
We need to be put in check. Whatever form that takes, I'm game.
I'm sorry, Tony.
If I see a situation pointed south, I can't ignore it. Sometimes I wish I could. Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth.
What I like is there's all these concentric circles of events that are occurring, and it finally answers the question that I think any rational human being, it begs the question, why doesn't anybody bug out on these Avengers when they lay waste to these places while they're saving the world? And I thought, well, cool, it's about time. But then it creates all this new problem set that needs to be addressed.
This doesn't have to end in a fight, Tony. You just started a war.
That's what makes it such a good conflict. You know, it's not enemy versus hero. It's or villain versus hero. It's friends. It's family. This is sometimes the most dramatic conflict when it's people that actually have a history and care about each other, consider each other brothers. It's that much more difficult to navigate.
Now that we find her again, and after all we know from, you know, what's happened in Avengers 2, you know, she has a greater calling. And I think that's what makes this character really heroic, is that she's kind of dug her heels in and said, look, you know, I could kind of go down this road, which would be the more desirable road personally, and you know, kind of disappear and live off the map and you know, everybody kind of have what everybody wants, you know, but she chooses this kind of greater calling, and in this film we really see her kind of move closer to a kind of leadership position.
They're coming for you.
I'm not the one that needs to watch their back. I cannot imagine anybody but Chris playing this role. It's a very difficult role to play, because on one hand, you know, you have this character has this very strong moral compass, and you know, is very righteous, and that can be you try to think, where's the conflict in that? Conflict is what makes characters interesting. But I think that, Chris has added this, I don't know, he's almost grounded this character in something very human.
Stay down. Final warning. I could do this all day.
What I think is nice about where they're pushing him is that it's the first time Steve doesn't really know the answer. I mean, the first Captain America, it's pretty clear Nazis are bad. We can all agree with that. Captain America 2, it's SHIELD is being run by Hydra. No conflict there. The Avengers movies, aliens are no good. We want to fight them. It's always pretty cut and dry for him to know which side of the coin to fall on, and this is why this is tricky. This conflict is a little more akin to day-to-day struggle that we all go through, where there's no right and there's no wrong. There's a point of view, and I think it's hard for him to understand what the right thing to do is and what his role is.
Yeah, it's been a real trippy experience so far, and amazing. We shot Ant-Man, and people would ask me, what does it feel like to be part of the Marvel Universe? And I thought, it's amazing, it's great, it's really fun.
Captain America.
Mr. Lang?
It's an honor. I'm shaking your hand too long. Wow, this is awesome. Captain America. I know you too. You're great. Jeez. Look, I want to say, I know you know a lot of super people, so thanks for thanking of me.
But we were also kind of working in a bubble. And when I showed up here for the first time and was doing a scene with Captain America and, Falcon and all that, it's like, whoa, this is, I turned into a bit of a 10-year-old. It was pretty strange and really cool. And kind of the first time I thought, man, I really am part of it. And it's exciting.
They tell you what we're up against?
Something about some psycho assassins?
We're outside the law on this one. So if you come with us, you're a wanted man.
Yeah, well, what else is new?
All right, I've run out of patience. On to ruse!
Hey everyone. So I really hope Civil War, I hope it is better than Batman vs. Superman. I mean, I saw Batman vs. Superman. I thought it was still really good, but I think I'm going to still see Civil War, see the comparison and see, compared to Marvel, what they could do better.
Right.
So, but, again, thank you for joining us on our show. We talked about, it was our Hunger Games episode, so obviously we talked about all the Hunger Games, and we talked about Neighbors, Civil War, Secret Life of Pets, so great movies to look out for also. As you can see we're still dressed up, and, it's great.
All dressed up all day.
It was great to have fun doing this episode, especially because we love it so much. But, you want to say your little saying?
Oh, Panem today, Panem tomorrow, Panem forever. I literally kept saying this last night. Katie's like, shut up. All right, you need to stop.
Thank you for watching The Bison Box Office, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
That was a great whistle.
It was.
76.
Okay.
76
Stand
and
by.
The Hunger Games.
Up
That'd
in
be
5, 4, 3,
when
2.
they crash Panem.
Are you telling me to go?
That's not, well, I could.
Oh, I thought you were just showing me. That's why I was confused.
Well, at least we know what our first blooper is.
But yeah, there's 12 different districts until the last one that we'll talk about for Mockingjay Part 1. And we'll talk to you more about that. I messed up. Because I was thrown off. I'm sorry.
She said, I
messed up.
Were you going to say this
really
clip?
Good.
And that's why she'll win the Hunger Games. 5, 4, 3, 2, and.
All right, give me 1 second. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, it's really we talked with the director, Francis Lawrence, about, the film and how he felt about it, and also Josh Hutcherson, that's why I'm pro PETA, because I love Josh Hutcherson too. And so we'll show you a clip about that right now. I had to my part. We are gonna now talk to you about the Pawns No More and the visual designs.
You didn't say clip.
I
so
know.
proud of you.
I really tried.
Oh.
What are you doing to me, dude?
He would be like,
of course you would.
I was walking on campus and this kid came up to me and said, Lexi, why are you wearing that? And I was like, I'm Primrose. He said, what's a primrose? I said, oh, okay.
What's a primrose? It's a flower.
Someone said, yeah, why are you
He's
guys
like, "What's
dressed
a
up? I
Katniss?"
said, I'm Katniss Everdeen. And then they said,
I was like,
what's a Katniss?
That was a great whistle.
It was.
That was awesome.
It was a great one.
All right, hey, listen. Are you dressed like that going to class?
No.
Someone said, yeah, why are you
He's
guys
like, "What's a
dressed up? I
Katniss?"
said, I'm Katniss Everdeen. And then they said,
I was like,
what's a Katniss?
Not everybody has seen The Hunger Games.
Well,
Was this a
But
Katniss
what
teacher?
is a
culture.
Katniss? What is? No. Who is Katniss? Wait, we're ending it like this.
Oh, look at me. I can't whistle.
You gotta say that. You gotta whistle it.
I'll try.
Bruce whistle.
If I mess up, it'll be funnier.
Not what is. They need cultured. Have you ever seen the Hunger Games at least 4 times and you have something wrong with your life?
They need culture?
They need
some
culture.
culture in their life.